we've had some problems. We've had the biggest problems we've had so far. Now, what do you think they were? Was it, for example, rebuilding this garage? Maybe it was repairing the water damage. We can take it a little bit further. Maybe it was getting 700 watts of underfloor heating panels to work with 2 habitation batteries. Indeed, it was none of those things. The most serious problem so far has been this. The lights. This is the old light. The one that was on the vehicle before. This is the Fiat Ducato, which was used when this vehicle was built in 1999. So what we decided to do was we'd get some new lights, bring it up to a bit modern. So I ordered these over the internet, and what turns up? Something like this. Now that looks a lot nicer, but it didn't have this bit to go with it. So then I had to order that bit to go with it. That bit to go with it, as you can see down here, turned up, but then it didn't have this cable. So we had to get the cable. So by this time we weren't going to buy it over the internet, we just went and bought the thing. But then, once it was all attached, there was a new problem. And this is a problem which in English, I believe the word is, or the expression is, chassis earth. That is to say this: with a vehicle, when you've got the car battery, positive goes to positive, negative goes to the vehicle itself. This is done for a number of reasons, one of which it saves the wiring. You don't have to wire everything twice, so you have, for example, to attach the positive and then you attach the negative to a screw or something like that. Unfortunately, for some reason, it didn't work at all. And so anyway, we had to take it to a specialist place to sort it out. It's now been resolved, but that is a problem lots of people who tried doing rebuilds could actually have. Why didn't it work by just reconnecting the whole thing back? Well, we don't know the reason for that yet. We did try that, but we must have disconnected something. I don't know. But anyway, it's that's now been resolved. So, with that resolved, we're now progressing, and the first thing that's going to be done today is to put the step back, which is at the entrance to the motorhome. So what do you think of the lamps? I think they look quite good myself. Now, I did mention this yesterday about the LED ones, which were for the Fiat, the Iveco. Which were €200. Well, I don't know if they'd have got in any easier than these ones, but all the same, I think they do look quite good in this situation. Sort of updates it a little bit. And was it worth all the harassment and the bother? I don't know, but let's hope that it works now. Right, a couple of points here. We are going to give the outside of the van a really good clean up. I know I haven't actually washed it in 3 years, so now's the time for that. We may paint it, probably won't, but we may do, so let's have some ideas on colours. I'm going to show you one thing here. We've got the step was here, the step came out, and what you can still see here, it's a bit like looking at a geological formation. We've got all the layers that went into this. From we've got the chassis down here, we've got the original floor, we've got then there's the floor that we put in, then there's the other layers, there's various names for them, which I can't recall them all at the moment. And of course, what you can't actually see between this yellow and the green are the heating panels, which is the star attraction of the van so far. Right, so we've got now to decide what we're going to do with the step. Well, we've decided what we're going to do with the step. The old step has been replaced. Now, this is a position where it's particularly liable to the elements getting wet and all the rest of it. So the old step was about ready to be replaced. And I've noticed this in other vans as well, particularly in those which are not insulated. So what we've got is this step here, but there's this little problem, is there's this gap down there about what I'd say about 1.5 centimeters, something of that nature. Now I had this flat, and when we bought the flat, and it was just 4 walls and concrete floors and all the rest of it. Now we put the floorboards in, and I wanted to make like a space like this to put a mat inside, but my then partner, whose name is Beata, she wouldn't have it at all anyway. She got her way, and probably with hindsight it was probably the best thing rather than put a big hole in the floorboards like this. Now in this case, I mean, there's a couple of things we can do. We can build it up using this. Now this is the flooring. These are spare bits of the flooring that we used as the first layer down here, and the same stuff as it's in the garage, so we can put up in something like this with a little bit of insulation, and that will then be flat. Alternatively, we could put a mat in here to wipe your feet with. Obviously, as far as this is concerned, we'd probably put it this way, because it's two ways. You've got this, the shiny stuff at the bottom, which we put shiny stuff up in the garage so I can get my bike in easily. And you've got this is non-slip surface. It's the sort of surface you'll see in buses and lorries and all the rest of it. So we'll probably put it that way up. Do we put a mat in? You know, in all honesty, I don't think there's much space there for a mat. Now in my own case, what I do, I come in the van and I take my shoes off immediately. After all, it's my home, and I don't want to be sort of trading through bits of snow and earth and stones and all the rest of it. Nonetheless, I seem to find no end of small pebbles in the shower, but I've no idea how they get in there. But anyway, so what we're going to do in this case is we'll build this up. I might put a mat here. When I'm camping, I put a mat outside so I can wipe my feet before I go in there. And if it's a sunny day, I'll sit down here and take my shoes off. If it's a winter's day, well, that's a bigger problem. We'll work that one out when we get to it. Well, I think we've got the lights sorted out now. Let's just have a quick check. Posizione. Stop. Leve. Prave. Awaryjne.
Wsteczny.
I wsteczne.
Wszystko
I wyłącz pojedyncze.
Wsteczny, wyłączaj.
So I think that one's sorted now. After a huge amount of effort, that was the hardest thing that's happened so far.